So what we're going to do is walk through how to interact with ChatGPT or any other large language model. You can take these concepts and apply them to Copilot or Gemini or whatever else you want to try. And the whole purpose of what we're going to do today is we're going to talk very briefly about how to interact with it and then how to make a custom agent. And so you should be able to follow these instructions. I'm going to try to keep it as simple as possible. So the first thing I want to highlight is this little dictate function here. I tell everybody as you're talking to ChatGPT, you should, or any other one, you should be talking to it like it's a person across the table from you. Because when you do that, you give it so much more context than you ever would have. Especially if you're trying to make a video like this and you want to give somebody instructions. You hit the check mark, don't hit the X, and you can see how much more context that I was able to get really quickly into my prompt without having to type it all out. I never would have typed that much. Another thing to think about is web search is sitting here. So right now, when you interact with ChatGPT without web search on, it's not going out to the general public and trying to retrieve information for you. It's leveraging its training information in order to predict what the responses should be for you. If you turn on web search, it'll go out and it'll start interacting with the web to be able to gather more current information or information it may not have been trained on. Just something to think about. What we're going to do is we're going to create two custom GPTs. A custom GPT is what people talk about as an agent. I like to think of it as a AI assistant. It's not something that's going to make a decision on your behalf, which principal and agent might, but it will be able to help you as a thought partner. It will be able to help you as a subject matter expert in anything that you want, so it's repeatable. So in order to make a custom GPT, I'm going to keep saying custom GPT/agent. You click on the GPTs over here. You will not see all of these because these are the ones that I've made. What you'll see is Explore GPTs. When you click on Explore GPTs, in the top right, you can click on Create. There's a couple fields in here. The first one's for an image. I like to make an image because it makes it easier to keep everything straight on the left-hand side when I'm looking through my bar quickly. Name and description do not impact the operation of the GPT or the custom agent. What it does is it just helps you understand which one it is. That's what I think of the name as, and the description, so that somebody that's not you that's using it, or if you forgot about it, you can go back and understand what the purpose of this is. These instructions I'm going to come back to in a second because I'm going to give you a couple custom instructions. For right now, we're not going to talk about conversation starters or some of the other options, but the knowledge here allows you to upload any knowledge. So say you had some PDFs that were some background on manuals for your dishwasher. You could upload the dishwasher manual here and then have it be able to interact with that knowledge. Doesn't mean it's not going to interact outside of that, but it's like an intern sitting across the table from you that you gave a book to and said, hey, I want you to answer everything from this book. With that intern, you don't know that they're not going to go outside of that, but they will have the book in front of them, and it's more likely than not that it's going to be their focus point. So going back to the instructions, what I want you to remember is, you can go back a little bit to see this, you're going to create a custom GPT, have this blank screen. Now I'm going to come over to one of my other agents, and I'm going to provide the instructions for Steph. Steph is I call her my strategic idea person. And so in the email that I'm sending to you, you'll have all of these instructions. You can always click into here to be able to see it larger. And you'll have all of these instructions word for word. I don't expect you to be drafting instructions like these. Then you come up into your name, and it might be something like my thought organizer. And I like to title them all, so I might call it Mike, my thought organizer. When you're putting these together in something I'm going to talk about here in a second, you'll always have a paragraph or so like this. Your purpose is to convert loose unstructured inputs at the very top. I usually just copy this and put this into the description. That's all you have to do. There's some other, I guess, level 1 or level 0.5 things that we can do, but let's just take it nice and slow. You click on create. If you're in an organization, you can change the access, but I just expect you're going to hit create and you're going to come over here and hit update. That's all. You now have Mike as your thought organizer. And so when I click into Mike, you won't see all of these, but you will see Mike right here pop up. This is where the images help because I've got my different images here to know which is which. But you have Mike now. That's always going to be sitting there and always going to be available for you. If you ever lose Mike, all you have to do is go to Explore GPTs and it'll take you right back to My GPTs to be able to find Mike. One other thing I'm going to talk to you all about is how to make a custom agent builder. And so I call mine Kurt. And so I'm just going to run through and give you everything for Kurt. Kurt, the whole purpose of him is to write instructions for me to be able to put into this box right here. And so basically Kurt, when I interact with Kurt, it's going to respond by giving me a couple questions to clarify what I want the assistant to do, and then give me the instructions to put in this box for my next GPT or my next agent. These instructions will work across any of the platforms. And I will also attach a book writing practices knowledge document, which Kurt finds helpful. So we will attach this. You'll have this in the attachment, or if you're looking at it from my website, you'll be able to see it associated with the website. You'll have this is that attaching a knowledge document. Go to create, update. And now I have 2 Kurts. So now that I'm in Kurt, let's just go back to that dishwasher, right? Hey, Kurt, so I'm having a lot of problems with my dishwasher. I constantly have to go back and fix it. And so I need like a dishwasher fixer, a subject matter expert in how to fix this specific dishwasher. Because I know I'm going to come back to this many times. Can you go ahead and create an agent for me, the instructions for that agent that are going to allow me to have this person that's going to, or agent that's going to interact with me? Again, example of me using anything I'm basically just saying out loud. And so I need like a dishwasher fixer. I'm not going to change any of that because I wouldn't go across the table and tell the intern, I want you to delete some of the things that I just told you, right? It's going to give me these clarifying questions to really help narrow it down. And so I'm just going to, for sake of speed, I'm just going to tell it this one and then not answer the rest. Remember, you're in control. You don't have to answer if you don't want to. So now what Kurt's going to do is go through and draft me the instructions, or he should. Just like everything I do, we're going to say, just assume an answer for these. So now Kurt is just going to give me my instructions. And so this part right here, Bosch, role, objectives, everything from here down is what you copy and paste into that instruction section. And like I was telling you before, when you're thinking about a description, this is a great description to put right here. You just put this entire part into that description field. Hope that's helpful. As always, reach out if there's anything I can do